What life hacks have been exploited so much that they no longer work? Coupon code sites. Now they just link you to the sales already posted on websites. I have had success googling codes a few times recently. Got $3 off my $139 night ticket. After it went viral that the Toy Story characters would fall down on the ground at Disney World Land when you shouted, "Andy's coming," they stopped doing it. I wonder how many times Gaston has been challenged to do push-up and arm wrestling contests since the viral videos came out. I read something that a person could just order a bunch of $1 coins from the US Mint and you would just pay the face value, no shipping and handling, since they wanted to get more on the market. Well, one guy would buy thousands and thousands of dollars on his credit card and just pay his credit card bill with the dollar coins to rack in millions of airline miles. Pretty smart if you ask me. That could still work with other form of buying money, but it would cost something in the end, not zero cost. A certain BBQ chain had a birthday club that would send you a free item via email. The email was a Word document that was easily changeable, so instead of winning a brownie, you could change it to a huge party platter, as long as you had the correct code. I just stopped in to claim this birthday thing. Oh, I won a party platter? Great, I'm going to a party. It was Famous Dave's. Pressing 0 on an automated phone tree to speak to a live person. I've encountered many that will just replay the menu options if you press 0. I've also seen a few hanging up right after pressing 0 and a few more after a couple of 0 dialed. I remember in the early days of eBay you could search for misspellings of items you were interested in and most of the time you could get it for cheap. Once everyone caught onto this it was game over, and now eBay has vastly improved search functionality. Still, I'll never forget that screaming deal I got on that vacuum cleaner. I'll never forget my Star Wars phase. You can get Anakin figures surprisingly cheap. Ordering free carpet samples on Amazon for cat related crafts. I Google searched free carpet samples and had one company send 5 squares of different carpet free. Color swatches. Also one company sent 80, I believe. I'm a toddler teacher, not a sample hoarder. In some games that involved waiting some amount of time, you used to be able to change the clock in your device into the future and unlock the item whatever it is you were waiting for and then revert your time and still maintain the item. Unfortunately, now you have to wait. I guess the consensus is that Nintendo games still allow you to do this most of the time. I used to set the time forward 5 years and start a free 30-day trial for Adobe and Ms. Office programs, then set it back and have a free 5-year 30-day trial, but it's all cinched online now. Looking up unknown phone numbers online to see who is calling you. Now all you get are pay to see sites. Look it up on Facebook. If that person has their phone number in their account info they'll show up. The coin drop game at Taco Bell. I was very good at it and usually got myself a 25-cent burrito. I haven't seen one of those games in many moons. First they had water and bubbles, then they drained them, then they got rid of them. Our local pizza chain used to sell fundraiser stickers that let you do a buy one get one free deal. Everyone had one. But my dad soon found out that most of the restaurants never even asked for the sticker when you went to pick up your order, so he would always say to keep the sticker in your pocket unless they asked for it. Furthermore, if they did ask for the sticker, they never checked expiration date on them. We got so much free pizza that way. They have now switched to a loyalty card method that is required for checkout and expiration dates are stored in the computer. We had a local pizza place that sold a Groupon for a great deal on pizza, and you also got some wings and a 2-liter of soda. They never asked for our Groupon code, so we used the deal 3 or 4 times before our guild made us stop. I'm wondering if others did the same thing, because that place is now out of business. Calling the cable company to cancel to get a lower rate. It will still work but you have to commit to cutting the cable. They used to fold at the mention of leaving. One line that my old roommate used successfully with AT&T was to say, "Okay then, I'm going to cancel my service. Don't shut it off yet, though, because I don't want any interruptions in my service. I'm going to call Comcast and get that set up and then call you back to cancel my service once I have service from them up and running." Tricking parking garages. Used to be in the older days when you went into a pay parking garage, you got a ticket for your car. When you would leave, you put the ticket in the machine and it calculates how much you owe. They still do that. Thing is, in ye olden days, you could simply walk by the gate, get a new ticket, and then walk to your car and drive out using the new ticket, and the system thought you were only in there for like 30 seconds. These days they put weight sensors under the ticket area so they won't dispense a ticket unless there is actually a car sitting on top of it. Okay, it's a magnetic sensor, not a weight sensor. Point still stands. There is a sensor there to stop that kind of thing now. And apparently the UK reads license plates now. The vending machine in my apartment accepted dollar coins but would return it right back. So all I needed was a single coin and run it through the slot twice to get something, and would also get the change back from my $2. Did this a few times a month to check it was still working broken. I ended up just leaving the change behind for someone else to use. The machine, and surprisingly, has been turned off and is no longer serviced. I found a machine that did this, had a number on it to call if it needed service. I called and let them know. They were complete buttholes on the phone, just mean with an angry tone, questioning how much free product I took, etc. Frick em, ran it quite a few more times over the next couple days till the machine was removed. Applying to a crap ton of random scholarships that nobody else even applies to. Only need a handful of people, even at the local level, to take this advice, and suddenly there's real competition. And with sites like CapEx and FastWeb, there's more than a handful of people applying to every scholarship in the country. There was a gym by my university that was expensive, but since it was in Nicaragua was about the best one available at the time. I paid for the membership once, then realized they never checked your membership through the back door. Since the trainers all knew me by then, I stopped paying for the membership and just walked in through the back door and acted like I belonged. I did this for like 2 years before the place rebranded and changed ownership and added a check-in kiosk through the back door because I had shared my secret with a few too many people. But by then I had finished my career. Lol, my local IMCA had the same issue. I didn't get away with 2 years, but it was the better part of a year. Downloading a copy of college textbook, dang codes and CDS means you have to buy your own. I'm calling corporate, from soccer mom to global domination and beyond. Nowadays you have to tweet a video of something egregious just to get corporate's attention. Putting drugs up your butt when you cross the border because they won't check there. You just have to put them further up your butt. Not really a life hack, but one time my aunt bought a holiday special edition diamond ring. Retails at $200, for $10 at Goodwill. After finding out the worth online, my imbecile of an aunt went back to Goodwill to tell them what it was worth. Ever since then, they have been researching the value of their donations and have pricing them appropriately. Teacher, you forgot to give us homework. Being straightforward and asking to talk to the manager in order to get a job. That is not how it works anymore. The companies put your application through a computer, and if you don't set off too many of the algorithm's red flags, then a human will give you the time of day. Yes, my parents suggested this to me and my siblings for so long. They would even get angry if we sent online applications or emailed resumes, insisting that it was lazy, and all we had to do was show up and make a good impression. My dad finally cut it out when he got laid off and learned that walking in is more of an annoyance these days. Attempting to dress nicely, ask nicely, give presents to flight attendants to get free upgrades on planes. Using Dom for a free rental at Redbox. Using Motherload on my bank account. Thrift shopping. Back in college, we used to be able to go to a few local thrift stores, Goodwill, Salvation Army, etc., and find great deals. Allen Edmond dress shoes for $9.99. Gently worn dress shirts and pants for $3.05 each. Used to go probably 2x month and built up a pretty decent wardrobe for my internship's first job. Soon times, we'd even find things with tags on them still. Now, after thrifting got popular, prices went up. Dress shoes are now around $15.20 and shirts pants are often $10.12 for questionable quality and often very dated styles. If you use coupons, you can often get better prices at Kohl's and other department stores than at thrift stores now. You can still find stuff if you're lucky, you gotta go to smaller gigs. where less people shop and where the people that work there don't know what's quality. Found a little church-run consignment shop right next to the hospital my mom used to work at. Snagged a $500 Italian merino wool coat for 10 bucks. Using coupons. They still save you money, but less than they used to, and it takes more work than it used to. Those couponing TV shows ruined it for everyone by making all the tricks and secrets way too public. Companies and stores are not in the business of losing money, and when it was a small number of people using coupons to an extreme amount, then it wasn't so bad for them. Now, a lot of people doing it make it that they start making coupons worth less and harder to use. Long ago in the US, filing for bankruptcy cleared student loan debt. This was since outlawed. Take out other loans and credit cards to pay off student loans. Declare bankruptcy, student loans paid, other debt gone. I don't actually think you can do this. I did learn some things for all these loans. When Lyft was starting in my area they did this promotion where when you signed up you received 50 free rides. Well, during this time I discovered the Google phone app where you could create a new phone number linked to a Gmail account. I ended up having like 200 free rides. I took them to work, to my girlfriend's house, grocery store, you name it. My car wasn't touched for a month because I didn't need it. After those 3-4 weeks Lyft caught on and banned me and my credit cards from the app. I can't even hail a Lyft ride when I give someone else my card to put into their account. Just tell your bank the card broke and get a new card number. Coupons. Kroger quit doubling them a few years ago and Maya right after. That show helped. As a Canadian watching that show, it was mind-boggling the things US stores let you do. Canadian stores have much stricter coupon policies. Supposedly, Super Bowl Sunday used to be a great day to visit Disneyland. Now, it's one of the most crowded days in the off-season. Though I'm fairly certain that Disney created, or at the very least, published the Super Bowl myth to attract more crowds. Super Bowl is still one of the best nights to go out and do things. Skiing, restaurants that don't show the game, movies, etc. are all much less crowded. Collect calling someone but simply recording a message instead of having them accept the call. You have a collect call from, "Yo dude, come to Mike's house. Part I do you accept these charges?" Click. You have a collect call from, "We had a baby, it's a boy." The real LPT. If you have a life tip, consider how effective it would be if more people started using it before you tell people about it. Understanding how to write up a resume so it would hit enough keywords to get past a computer and into a person's hands. Now you need to do this just to get into the large pile of resumes to be mined by computer. We were at the mall. We're sitting next to a group teens who I guess learned about the no salt on the fries thing so you get fresh ones. A girl had to wait for a new batch of fries while her friends were eating because she insisted on having no salt. As she waited, I sat and watched her pick out her friends' salted fries because they were fresh. If watching The Incredibles 300 times with my child taught me anything, it's that when everyone's super evil Jason Lee laugh, no one will be. A college degree is an example of that. Master's degrees are the new bachelor's degree. Feeding your homework to your dog. Shopping at Trader Joe's on the weekdays. 14-point commas. I've had multiple teachers and professors tell me they'll check from day one. It can work if you turn in the physical copy, but submitting it online will almost guarantee getting caught. I had free HBO for a decade from Comcast. Used to call them and say I was going to cancel service unless they give me HBO free for 6 months. I did that for so long that the last time I called, the guy read a note that was added to my account saying I've been getting HBO for free since 2009 and that I should be transferred to the canceling service folks if I ask for it again. Now I just watch HBO shows on 123 movies. Sorry that was my friend lol. Sorry that was my friend's dong lol. Talking to the manager was once an honest-hearted method of kindly discussing an advanced issue with someone in the chain of command who can make decisions. Now, it's just something that baby boomers immediately request when they want something. I've been a manager in restaurants before and it's insane how true this is. Like no, I'm not going to comp your entire meal that you ate more than half of just because you didn't like it. Using someone's first name several times after meeting them in conversation in order to get them to like and trust you more. It may now even have the opposite effect. It's still a good tactic, but as with everything, a lot of people overdo it. Once is enough. A few years back, if you left a cell phone charger at a hotel, you could go to the front desk and ask to see their box of lost and found chargers. I lost a cell phone charger in my room when I was here last time. Some hotels would bring out a box and you could go through it. Now, they all know that it's a profit center and high margin, so they sell cell phone chargers in the gift shop, and the box of free chargers is usually gone. I actually just used this a few weeks ago. I legit forgot my charger at home, went down to the front desk and told them they had one in lost and found, so I returned it when I was done for the next idiot that forgets it. Enlarging the period font size in your papers for college and maybe high school IDK. Now everything is Times New Roman, 12 point with double spaces and one margins. They're cracking down on that. Buying the original iPhone and activating the default contract which gave unlimited data, and keep it as a grandfather contract. What? Super couponers, if you consider their practice a life hack. My stepmother is one, nowhere near TV level, but once those TV shows came out, all the companies that put out coupons rolled back on giving them out and made them super specific. Editing the formatting on a paper to make it longer. When word processing first came out, since not everyone knew you could do these things, there was exploitation of the formatting to extend certain non-obvious components of a paper, like the period at the end of a sentence. Now everybody has to take classes on these programs, and it's all known. Also, the people grading you on your papers are the ones who grew up with these tools. We know all the tricks. This is the goodest flyboy. He will bring you 10 years of happiness in exchange for a like on this video. Like and subscribe, you magnificent person.